Officer Ronald Owens, and Officer Greg Richards.
Pursuant to the rule, the gentleman from Tennessee, Mr. Cohen, and the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Poe, will each control 20 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Tennessee.
I ask unanimous consent that all members have 5 legislative days to revise and extend their remarks and include extraneous matter on the bill under consideration.
Without objection.
And I yield myself such time as I may consume.
Gentleman's recognized.
This resolution extends condolences to the families of 4 Lakewood, Washington police officers: Sergeant Mark Renninger, Officer Tina Griswold, Officer Ronald Owens, and Officer Greg Richards, who were senselessly slain by gunfire in the line of duty on Sunday, November 29, 2009. These brave and honorable Lakewood Police Department officers were ambushed as they sat in a local coffee shop catching up on paperwork at the beginning of their Sunday morning shift. By way of this resolution, the House of Representatives honors the lives and mourns the loss of these Lakewood police officers. We join the city of Lakewood and the entire state of Washington in celebrating the lives and grieving the deaths of these police officers. Sergeant Mark Renninger was described as, quote, a tough guy, unquote, who excelled at his job and was regarded as a leader and teacher in the close-knit Lakewood police force. He was married with 3 children. Officer Tina Griswold liked to cook, ride her dirt bike, and was a certified driver. Her father's a retired police officer, and she began working in law enforcement as a dispatcher and came to Lakewood 5 years ago as an officer. She leaves behind a 21-year-old daughter and a 7-year-old son. Officer Ronald Owens, known to friends and family as Ronnie, was described as having a fun-loving personality and as someone who made everyone around him feel positive. Officer Owen leaves behind a daughter. Officer Greg Richards enjoyed music in his spare time, playing drums in a rock band. He liked nothing better than spending time with his wife Kelly and his 3 children. By passing this resolution, we want the families of these officers to know that they are not alone in mourning the loss of the Lakewood officers. My first job, Mr. Speaker, was an attorney for the police department. I served 3.5 years as an attorney for the Memphis Police Department, and I relate to the loss that the department and this nation have suffered. I urge all my colleagues to support this important resolution, and I reserve the balance of my time.
Gentleman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I joined with my friend from Texas in urging that we pass this resolution and that we do mourn these brave officers who lost their lives and stand with the people of Lakewood, Washington. But I'd also ask us to think about what happened, why these people lost their lives, and we may never know. But we do know that the person who killed them should have been behind bars. He was a criminal who was released from prison in Arkansas through executive clemency. And while there are certainly people who've committed victimless crimes who are unnecessarily kept for long periods of time in incarceration and should have clemency or some type of executive relief, people who commit crimes of violence, as this person did, they should not be released unless there is some extra circumstances that are beyond anybody's thought that it was appropriate. This gentleman was not reformed. He committed other crimes. He should have still been in jail. And you got to think about mental health. The man was a criminal, but he was also mentally ill. He had delusions that he was some type of religious figure. And we've got to think about the mental health laws that we have up here and the opportunity to fund mental health institutions and to get mental health so that people can be treated before they commit some act out of a delusional aspect of their disease. So there are a lot of other areas we need to look into as we mourn these officers and remember 9/11 and the fire people and police people who were killed there. And we've got to remember the issues with guns and how this man got access to a gun to commit this crime. So there are other issues that need to be looked at, but I join all the members of the House and ask that we pass H.Res. 939 and join in mourning the loss of these 4 fine law enforcement officers, but also that we continue our research into the causes of this heinous crime. I yield back the balance of my time and ask that we...
All time yield.